Yes. Hello and welcome to T-Man's Tips, Tricks and Tutorials. So, I uploaded a video earlier on. If you haven't seen it, then check it out. It's just a real simple one, and it was pretty much just how to organize on your sample packs and samples within Ableton to stop all that clutter so you can get your creativity and your music stuff out there. If you're new and you're on the channel, then give us a subscribe if you like our stuff. What I pretty much do here is anything music related. So if it's something I like, I'll say yes, please to it. It could be gear, music producers, radio stations, or whatever. So this is my channel, and this is my home studio, and I've got a few things that I'm sorting out. I put that in the tea time news earlier on, and I'm going to start getting this going. So if you read the title, then this is how to make an Ableton template, or how I made my Ableton template anyway. So I'm not going to put up a template for you to use on this one, because this one is for my radio shows, DJ shows, live jams. So this is my template on there. But what I will be doing is I'll be doing a template on production as well within the, a separate view with my marker points, when the snares, where everything is, the main beat, intro, outro, break, and all that lot. But this one is for live, so hopefully someone gets some ideas from this or something helpful. I'll show you step by step what I've done. So you could be a band. You've got your recording at home, or a studio. You've got your bass, your guitar, drums. You could have a template that's all set up so it's filtered through each separate channel or through your interface like that. You could be producer. You could be making tracks and need a setup, or you could be a DJ. Anything really, depends how you want to do it. So this will be my one. So I'll get that up for you on the screen. It should be up now. So what you can do is try and keep it all organized. So I've got it named Drum and Bass Live Template, and then I'll have another one in the other view here where you're making a track along that way. So this template is what I'm going over today, is not for this one. I could put them together, but I'm trying to keep the CPU down, and I don't want to get it cluttered because I've already tried it to have two in one. So the first way you could do it is you could literally go into user libraries here, and you can start a template. So I've got a few I've started in there, but then you it can save. There's ways to save it automatically, open things up easy, but I didn't really like it because you'd have to go and save it in there every single time. Whereas this one, I just like to save it, and when I go into my current project, onto my folder that I went through earlier on production, it'll be in there in Ableton projects like that. So that was the video I went through earlier showing you how I organized that. So just check that one out if you want to see that. It's pretty simple. It's just your folders and everything going through it like so. So you've got your kick, snares, hi-hats, and then you've got your bass, etc., etc. So you could just save it however you want, whatever's easiest for you, and then make sure your stuff's on the side there. So I have mine split up quite differently. So as you can see, I'm on microphones at the moment. So I have the gate, EQs, compressor, grain delay if I want to change pitch and stuff like that. And then I have that on my microphones there. So that's what you're listening to me here in the green. So if I open it up, I actually have two microphones in the room. Behind me, I have my DJ booth mic. That's my dynamic mic. And then I have a controller that goes over there, and I can control the amount of this effects that I use on here from Valhalla. So I have that on there. And this one, I have the condenser mic. So if I want to turn the reverb on, I can play with that. And then obviously I have these armed buttons mapped as well. So I'll go into that in a bit, but you can have, I have that so I can turn it on and off over there with one of my old DJ controllers, and it's mapped so I can put the volume fader up and down, and I've got one where I can turn the microphone on and off. So that's the microphone inputs. I have a mixer input. So I've got my DJ, well, not DJ, I've got like a desktop mixer, sorry. So these ones here, if you're creating a template, sorry, I'll go back to microphones for a second. What you want is you want to open up audio. So you right click, insert audio. So I've got these grouped under microphones, so I can just close them so that stops it getting too confusing. Open it up, and then you want to right click, add audio, and then you want to so if you got your audio interface, so I've got a Scarlett 18i8, I think it is. So I've got loads of inputs. So I have one microphone from over there going into the input, and then my dynamic mic, and then my condenser mic going in on one of the other inputs, and then I've got phantom power button, so I can just turn that on and off and have that going through. So that's pretty much the microphones. You need your 1/4-inch jacks or your XLR going into the mics, and then set what audio interface input you have coming in on there, and then that's the microphone sorted, and I've got that grouped through there. And then you can add any effects you want and then map that. To map that, if you want to map something, just press MIDI. I don't know if it's going to work while I'm doing this. Oh, I shouldn't have pressed that. Slowing down. Right, that's not liking that. There we go. So go purple, and then you click on, say you want to control the volume, so you can click on that, and then you press the fader or twist the knob. Make sure you got it up in your MIDI devices as well, and then that's it. So I'll turn that off quickly because I'm not going to press that again. And then you can map to change it like that. So I control over there, I can control the reverb and the effects and the volume control of it, and arm it and disarm it. Now I'll go back to the mixer, sorry. So my mixer is my desktop mixer, and I have them going into input on here. So input 7 and 8 on the back of my audio interface, and then the mixer is armed. So then if I'm using my DJ controller there, or my iOS setup, I have that going into the mixer. I also have a extra cable going in if I want to plug an aux in. And behind me, I have my DJ setup going into a mixer. I'll have no effects on that one. I just have a limiter on there, and I use that for mainly sounds that are already done. So like DJing, and comes in with stereo like that. And then I've got it if I need any extra inputs on it. I have my synths set up. So if you look here, I've got my Mini Nova, I've got MIDI and audio. So I have the actual MIDI cables coming in and out of the back of my audio interface into here. And then I have an external instrument in here, which is, you can see, Focusrite USB MIDI. So that's my interface going into the channel, and that sends it into and out of my Novation Mini Nova synthesizer, and audio as well if I want to add effects and record it if I'm not streaming it live. I've got exact same for the Zyosynth. Well, I've got Zyosynth on there. It isn't set up at the moment, but I did have the exact same one there. And then I've got the same for my TD3, which is like acid. It's like a bass synth. And I've got the exact same setup. So you'll just want to have MIDI, add external instrument by right clicking, and then set it up which MIDI and where you want the audio to come from. So then I'll have the audio going into my audio interface the same as before. Then you can add effects, etc. And you can do that with all your synths. The other ones I've got on here is jingles. So I just started trying to make some jingles earlier on. They're not overly brilliant.
You're listening to Yes Please.
Yes, please.
Why was that so weird? Let's try it again.
Yes, please.
Track of the day.
Track of the day. Yeah, so that one did come out alright. That one was okay.
Track of the day.
So there I've got my jingles that I'm going to start building up, and then I'm going to have them set up over and mapped to a controller over there with the DJ booth where I can just press, when I'm doing an intro, just press it.
You are listening to Yes Please.
Like a hotkey, etc, etc. Then I've got, so there are my different synths that I want in. They've got my microphone, and then I've got my mixer in. So obviously you can make, sorry, you can make your tracks with the synths. But if you want VSTs, there's nothing on that one at the moment. But I've got one for piano. And then I've got one for lead. Got a spare audio one on there at the moment. And then I've got one for like atmosphere. So you got to think about how you make the track really. So you'll have, on here I'll have my drums, and I've got my bass, and then I've got that different ones on the bass as well. Atmosphere sounds. So I'm going to keep adding to them. And then any of the extra synths, then you want your piano, lead, then probably some stabs, pads, etc. And then your vocals, and then I'll build up the live jam from there really. Right, so this is where things get interesting for me. So this is set up so if I want to produce at it, I can. If I want to DJ at it, I can. If I want to go on the iOS, I can. And then I stream directly the sound from here on the master called Restream. So let's get that up, Restream. And then that restreams the sound to OBS. And that allows me to record in OBS. So then I don't have to do I don't have to record the sound separate, and I don't have to worry about only using 2 inputs. ASIO, audio and stuff, it starts getting a bit confusing because it's Ableton don't pick it up, and then I want all my gear. So I want everything set up. So if you need any help with that, just give us a shout. Hey, so this is where things are cool. So I've got these on at the moment, but if we go into drums, right, I've got these what are off Stranger's YouTube, and he put these out. So he's got all the drum patterns for drum and bass. Well, not all of them. He's got a lot of drum patterns for drum and bass already made up with the MIDI. So if I click on one, like that, press play. Right. So there we have pattern there. So you can see he's got all these patterns already made up. Let's try a different one. Yeah. You got different variations. Let's go stepper. Right, so I've got that set up like that. So then if I want to do any different drum and bass patterns, right, and I got it set up so if I open this, I've got the kick there, got the snare, hi-hat, rim, shaker at the moment. So if I want to change the kick, I'll go to my production folder, and then we'll go down to kick there. Right, let's try that one. Drop it in kick. Not responding. Don't fail me now. Come on, baby. Right, just give it a second. Hopefully it don't conk out. And you can see why I don't want to have the template for normal production on the live Ableton Live. Right, I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try to put the camera back. Oh shit. Right. There we go. Stranger kick 1. And then you can do the exact same with the snare. So let's pause that. Let's change the snare over to something else. Let's do something obvious so it stands out. And I never learn my lesson, do I? Right. Right, so there you go. I got all my drum patterns set. So then I want to jam. I can go through different styles of patterns, from like the 2 steps all the way down dancehall, footwork, half time, etc. And they're on a stranger's website, so that for me is handy. And the best thing about this is, rather than having loads of different setups or loads of different kicks and snares, which I was originally doing and launching them, I can just go through my folder that's organized and drop the kick in there or snare and then work out from there. And then if I want to add extra kick, yeah, and I can play with it a little bit from there. So, and then I can add my crash. Sorry, got these. Like that, and then my impact riser that was showing you earlier. And then the reason I'm doing it like this is because when I use my Akai APC Key 25, I literally have the first 9 on there. So let me, oh shit, on there. Then I can have main drums, kick, snare, hi-hat, shaker and that. And then I can launch each drum pattern at a time. So I'll just play one drum pattern if I want. So if I probably take these off like that, it should work. Like that, and then you can like flick up a fader. Like that really, and then you can click either the fader up or you can launch it on here, and then you've got play over all the drums, and then you've got the 9 set up there, and then you can keep adding with your shakers, crashers, etc, etc. Then I got them all in a group like that, so if I want to make it small, it's nice and neat and tidy and out of the way. Also shit, why is that not working? There we go, sorry. Right, so I don't know if I had that up for the last 2 minutes. So literally, I've got it all in the groups like that. I'll just repeat it just in case. And then I got that all the way down there with the different drum patterns. And then the first 9, and I can launch and play around by just bringing in kicks, taking out snares, live jamming. If you want to build your own kicks, your own snares, or take your own samples, or wherever you get them, then you can add that in, and that's good for a little live jam. I'm no like pro on Ableton Live Jam and stuff. This is just the way I do it, so if it helps anyone. And then I have the second one as bass. So if I've got massive up there, so I've got that organized now. So production, and then if I want to go into bass, I've got different like massive vital presets and presets that I've made myself as well, and then you can put them in there. So if I like, what you need to do is you need to right click, add MIDI track, then drop your VST into there. So then it's like comes up like that, if it works. Yeah, and then you build your own or something else. So if I go, yeah, and then it's the same with the other ones. So that's my bass there. So we've got the drums, we've got the bass. So at the minute, my bass is all VST. Drums are drum kits on Ableton, Atmosphere. Then I've got my DJ mixers in, my microphones, then a couple of my synths on there, piano lead, vocals, jingles. And then I'm kind of just adding to that as I go. So if you want to get a bit more into it, you can literally go on there. And then as you see, I got all these different effects. I haven't got my DJ controller plugged in at the moment. But if I... pause that a minute. I haven't got them plugged in at the moment, but I have my DJ controller, and then I've mapped it all, so the highs, mids, lows, all set up, flanger. Right, so these are all mapped as well. Yeah, so if I want to play around with it, I've got they're written up there, so I've got the washed out and the flanger and stuff, so I've got them mapped, and then I can literally just turn the knob on the DJ controller, and then it just sort of effects on there. And then I've got the same on some of the bass. I got some of these, wobble depth, wobble rate, filter cut off, and everything sort of mapped on there as well. So, and then the good thing about it is because I've got the DJ controller, I've got that side on deck A, that side on deck B. So if you look there, I've got deck A. So if I want to just do that, and also want to DJ, I can add tracks in. So it's a little bit trickier getting them in time, but you can add your tracks in and warp them. And then I've got deck B there, so side 1 and 2 pretty much, deck A, deck B. Then I've got the crossfader at the back. So if I click, see, there's the crossfader. And then I have that crossfader mapped on my DJ controller, obviously. So I can go, if I just want to knock out the bass, put the drums back in, add the effects on, I can. And then I also can have a song on each side at the same time, because you need to just click A and B, really, and then have the crossfader set up with your cue out like that. So that pretty much is my template. So I've got my drums, I've got my bass, drums grouped, I've got all my drum patterns on there ready, and then I've got all my folders here, so I can just add different kicks, different whatever to it. So I think productivity wise, that's going to be really good. And then I've got my bass, and then I've got exactly the same with the crossfaders, DJ controller, etc, etc. So right, yeah, so that's that pretty much. Right, so, and then mixer in, and then you got all your VSTs, and then you got your virtual instruments and your synths, etc, etc. Right, so I'm going to wrap that up now. That was my Ableton template. I'll probably do a better video on it and see how I go. So thank you for tuning in. My name is T-Man, and take it easy.